Happy Saturday, my friends. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. I am Mike Odyssey. You are here at the Odyssey. And, well, while you're here, why not subscribe? We're talking about the Nintendo Switch 2. And, well, we're doing a recap video, right? We haven't done these in quite a while. We have covered Nintendo Switch 2 quite a bit, right? In detail whenever we get something new. But we haven't done a recap video just like this one where we go over everything we know so far. And so everyone is up to date on, on what's happening, right? If you have missed any news in the past regarding the Switch 2, then this is the video for you because we're going over every little detail we know so far on the next-gen system. Buckle up, let's get started. The excitement is in the air, right? We are about to enter a brand new generation in Nintendo history. I mean, think back, where were you? How old were you? Where were you in your life when the Nintendo Switch first came out back in 2017, right? So much has happened since. I mean, we are now in 2024 and we are about to get one in 2025. And so this generation is expected to even be a longer one than the predecessor. So with that, we are going to go over every detail from the Nintendo Switch 2, rumors, leaks, everything in between. But remember, before it's just, a conversation. Let's talk to each other. You comment below with your opinions, whether you think this is happening or not, this feature, whether you like it or not. Guess what? We always respect each other here on this channel. We like to have a conversation. And guess what? Everybody's opinion matters. Just keep it clean. We're good because we're a family channel. But let's go ahead and get started with the first thing we will notice from the Nintendo Switch 2, which is the form factor, okay? We love the Nintendo Switch, right? The Nintendo Switch has been such an amazing console. To me, perfection. The ability to dock it and play on your TV, the ability to pick it up and play it on the go. No other console has been able to do that, and Nintendo opened the door, and so now we have all those little imitation consoles out there. Yeah, they have a little bit more little power because they were just made in the past 2 years, but Nintendo started it all. I'm happy to announce that leaks and rumors confirm that, well, they don't confirm, they actually say Nintendo is keeping the same form factor. We're not going crazy and changing things up. No, we're gonna have removable Joycons. We'll have a screen. We'll have what we love and know from the Nintendo Switch, which I personally love because I don't think that nothing when it comes to the form factor needs to be changed. I like docking the system and taking it from there and then putting it on buying more than one dock and having it on different TVs and just taking it here, let me play over there, and just taking it and docking it in another TV. That is just so awesome to me, and I'm glad that we're going to continue with that. Now, what changes will we see? Knowing that we keep the same form factor, we'll have the Joy-Cons, we'll have the screen, we'll have the buttons, and so with that, there are changes that will be made. And the best comparison I can think about is the Nintendo 3DS, right? We got the Nintendo 3D, which was the dual screen. Then we got the 3DS. And then from that, we got the new 3DS, right? So there was some changes in the system, right? More power, better screens, all that stuff, but the same form factor persisted. What will be the first thing we notice from Switch 2? The screen, the bigger screen. We're going from a 6.5 inch on the main base model and a 7-inch on the OLED model. We're going to jump over to an 8-inch screen on the base model for Nintendo Switch 2. Yes, even the base model will have an 8-inch screen. Now, there is something that comes with this, but it's not all bad. We are going an LCD screen, according to leaks, LCD screen with this Nintendo Switch 2, but it is a newer model of LCD, not the older model. I believe it's called Mini LED. And so with that, it'll look a lot brighter, more colors than the older model, but still not as great as OLED. But hey, it's still great, right? We still get a brand new screen. We don't know how it will look like just yet. Maybe Nintendo is working on something really good on that part, but the reasoning behind the LED model is that Nintendo is trying to cut costs. They're trying to keep the system at a good price in order for us to get more than one system per household. And I personally appreciate that from Nintendo. They're not trying to sell us a $600 console or even $500 console. They're trying to keep costs low. So therefore, if you're gonna buy one and you have kids, you can buy one for yourself, for your kids, and for your grandmother. With the screen, there are other changes that are coming to the system, and that has to do with the actual controllers, right? The Joycons. We don't know whether Nintendo will keep that Joy-Con name because, of course, we, the fans, have branded the Joy-Con as Joy-Con Drift, and so maybe Nintendo wants to move away from the Drift and give us a fresh new start with those Joy-Con controllers. But yeah, Joy-Con controllers will be newer. They will be bigger. They will be a little bulkier. They will have more buttons, specifically 2 buttons in the back and 1 more button on the right side of the Joy-Con underneath the button you see now on your Nintendo Switch Joy-Con, right? So we don't know what this button is. It could be related to the magnets that we'll have. Yes, the Switch will now have detachable Joy-Cons to the system, where instead of the rail, it'll be a magnet that will actually attach and detach from the system. And maybe this extra button on that little part there would be to turn off the electromagnets, because it's not going to be just any magnet like you find in a fridge. It's going to be electromagnetic, where it's controlled by electricity, right? To make a magnetic field so that you can actually turn it on and turn it off. And so I believe that maybe this button could be related to that, but I could be wrong. It could be just another button related to what Nintendo might show us later on, right? Maybe a home button, maybe an entertainment button, maybe a Netflix button. And so with that, your regular Joy-Cons will still be compatible with the Nintendo Switch 2, but not attachable. Compatible in the Bluetooth sense, but not attachable because, of course, the magnets that are coming with Switch 2. And with that, Nintendo just announced a little sidekick that will go along with your Switch 2. And they announced it for October. It's what you're seeing on screen now. As you can see on screen, it's a little buddy that you hook up to the side of your dock, and you can go ahead and charge your Joy-Cons on, right? So if you have Joy-Cons laying around, you can still use those Joy-Cons and play with your Nintendo Switch with your family and friends. And so with that, I have some theories that I will tell you a little later on in the video why these are still there. But for now, we know that Joy-Cons are still compatible with Switch 2 when it comes to the Bluetooth part. All right, so we've spoken about the exterior of the system, but now let's dive deep into what makes this system a true next-gen system. And yeah, let's start with the screen. Let's start with the fact that in Nintendo Switch, right, on the base model and even the OLED model, we've had a resolution in handheld mode of 720p, right, which is a lower resolution. And in dock mode, at some points we could reach up to 1080. I say up to because some games don't really reach that high. Some games reach even lower than that, into the 900s, the 800s, and we've never gotten a full 1080p, but we'll finally get it in handheld mode. And therefore, if we get 1080p in handheld mode, that means we'll finally get 4K in dock mode. Now, this is thanks to the NVIDIA 239 chip and DLSS 2.0 or 3.0. We still don't know just yet. We'll find out later on. And Nintendo's own AI upscaling. With great power comes great responsibility, and it is our responsibility to have as much fun as we can with this new power that will be given to us in the Switch 2, because yes, we'll have new power, more power. And I'm not gonna get too much and too deep into the specs and the flip-flops and the teraflops and all that stuff, right? I don't think anybody cares about that. All you care about having a good experience on the next-gen system. With that, we do expect the Nintendo Switch 2 to have more power than the current generation, and of course, enough power to be part of the conversation when it comes to third-party games, right? Whenever, let's say, a game like Call of Duty, for example, releases on day one, it'll also be on Nintendo Switch. And no, not a tear down version of the game, but the actual complete version, and the same version that PS5 and Xbox Series X has, right? But in a way that also plays on Xbox Series S, which is kind of how powerful the system will probably be. I do expect it to be a little more powerful than the Steam Deck. There, I said it. All right, so for those of you interested in raw specs, okay, let me go ahead and just drop down some for you right now. We got a custom NVIDIA chip. We have 8 gigabytes of LPDDR5 RAM. We got 64 gigabytes of eMMC storage, which is good because that's basically the M.2 storage, which is a lot faster and makes the games load almost instantly. We have DLSS 2 support. We got FSR 3 support. We have an 8-inch LCD display, and we have improved battery life. Now, there is a rumor out there that there will be also a Nintendo Switch 2 Pro, but please don't jump on that one. We've already got burned with the Switch Pro, and so I do agree that there might be an OLED model with maybe a little bump in specs, but that is all. I'm not even gonna call it a Pro. It's just a Nintendo Switch 2 OLED. That's all I'm gonna say about that one. All right, so basically, that is all the information we got up to now when it comes to the actual system. Believe it or not, this is just a part of the video. And so with that, if you want to know my selections for the launch titles for Nintendo Switch 2, which might surprise you, by the way, there is a video right here for you that you can check out, and click here to just find out on that particular video where I select my Nintendo Switch 2 game. So with that said, never give up and journey on, friends. Go ahead and click here to continue learning more about games. All right, bye.